Hi, it's Marina the Soul Alchemist, and I am back. So it is time for Pick Your Own Card Weekly Guidance for the 5th through to the 11th. I think it's the 11th of August. So this is a Lionsgate special. Oh my God. Are you excited? Are you enjoying these energies, or are you finding it a little bit challenging with the amount of light codes that we are receiving? Some of you might find that you're quite tired, feeling quite drained energetically, maybe feeling a little bit lethargic and even a little bit sad, because there is a lot of clearing and healing that is happening in order for you to hold more light, which ultimately raises the frequency and vibration of the planet so that we all can kind of exist in a higher vibration as part of the ascension process. I know that it can be a challenge. So keep drinking water, keep grounding, keep topping yourself up with rest, relaxation, nourishment, nurturing foods, lots of grounding, and lots of grace for yourself. So I am using the Akashic Oracle card deck, which is a modality in a box. That's what it looks like. I've also got my Akashic Ascension Aura Spray, which is a great vibration lifter. So if you are feeling a little bit challenged, getting something like an aura spray really is a really beautiful kind of quick spritz, raises your vibration really, quite quickly. So it's kind of like a mood booster amongst all the other stuff that it does as well. So if you haven't had a chance to tune into cards 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to reveal the messages, themes, and energies now. And the theme that we're looking at for the bonus card is Karmic Challenges, which fits perfectly with the Lionsgate, because the Lionsgate energies really do, and for me, this is the theme of the year, bringing forward those karmic patterns, habits, behaviors, wounding, trauma, whatever it might be. This is all kind of coming up to the surface to be released, for us to like pay back our karmic debt, to release our karmic contracts, whatever it might be, learn our karmic lessons. But what we can find in these types of portals is that the karmic stuff, the heavier stuff, can really come forward because it knows it can be transformed and alchemized in the light. And this is a really potent time because we're getting this direct beam of light codes from Sirius, one of our spiritual sons. And the Sirius is 23 times larger than our normal sun. You know what, the sun that we connect with this planet that's within our solar system. And so that's an expansive and an immense amount of light that we are being gifted to, but it's intense. It can feel intense. And so with that intense light, the deeper, darker stuff can come forward. So that is where maybe the sadness, the grief, a sense of loss, helplessness, this all can be part of this process of shifting karmic, old, ancient karmic stuff. So just know that you're in a place, you're in a position to be able to do this. And you may not be doing it consciously. This will be happening as just part of the ascension process. So as I say, just keep giving yourself lots of grace. And if you do need any help or support, if you want to really bolster and harness and tap into the potency of these energies, then just drop me a lion symbol or the word lion in the comments below, and I will share my 50% off code with you for my Lionsgate Masterclass. It's a portal masterclass. That's working with Isis and the Sirius star beings, Archangel Metatron. We work in the ancient pyramids. We work with an Ankh, which is an ancient symbol from Egypt. And it's a really potent, powerful, and it's really about focusing on the last 4 months of the year and really supporting your intentions, your manifestations. So it's really kind of getting you in alignment with that energetically, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. All right. So Karmic Challenges is the bonus card. It's going to make perfect sense. So we're in the perfect energies to kind of look at our karmic challenges and release those into the light. For me, there is the theme that's coming through these cards, but it's how we approach the theme that is individual to each of the cards. So there's one theme that kind of runs through, but we've got different approaches. Now, you might find that actually all of these approaches you have to consider this week. That is perfect. Of course, you're going to have your main focus card, so really kind of tap into the energy of that. Now, for me, what I picked up as soon as I looked at these cards, and these cards, when you look at them, you think, where the hell has she got that theme from? It was the words, it was the knowing straight away. This is what it's all about this week. It's about decisions. I don't think we've done a theme about decisions before, have we? So if you pick card 1 as your main card, it's karmic relationships. There could be some karmic stuff that goes on through there because we are in this Lionsgate. I've just talked about karma. Karmic challenges is the bonus card. So you might find that there are some karmic relationships, positive and negative. They all have their gifts and their blessings. So blessings and lessons combined makes blessings. But for me, in terms of decision, this is very much about whatever decisions you've got to make, and there's going to be probably a key one that you've got to make this week. Know that you don't necessarily have to make that decision on your own. You don't have to feel like there's this massive weight of responsibility and it's like feels really heavy. And quite often we can keep ourselves in limbo with decisions. That's what has us feel overwhelmed, feel stuck. We procrastinate because we don't want to just take the decision. We don't want to make it because there may be, and this can be a kind of like subconscious level, there could be this fear, a catastrophe, fear of responsibility, fear of consequence of making a decision. Now, if you pick card 1, what this is really encouraging you to do is to maybe soundboard it with somebody else. Get somebody else's advice, not necessarily to validate the decision, but maybe just to give some really sound advice. So this has to be somebody that you really trust and that are not going to control the decision, are not going to talk you out of the decision. They're just going to hold space whilst you perhaps talk it out, maybe offer some really sound advice or perspectives so that you go away feeling more informed. So that you go away feeling, right, I can make my decision. In fact, I'm going to make the decision. So it's being in that space. So if you've picked card 1, then making decisions this week, key decisions, important decisions, and they may not be massive decisions, but they're important for you, then definitely do it in the space with somebody else. If you feel you need to, you may not feel that you need to because it's like, no, I'm just making this decision and that's it. I picked card 1, but I don't think I need to chat it through with anybody. That's absolutely fine. But for those people that have picked card 1 and they just feel that they want a little bit more support or just to be heard, then definitely reach out to somebody, as is what's happening with this card. Now, you might find that this decision involves other people, and that's why there may be a little bit of hesitancy around it because there's a fear of the impact that it has perhaps on whoever else it involves. Now, we could take a different perspective on that because obviously normally we would go into fear, this is going to be a problem, it's going to cause issues. But what actually, if that decision actually creates a better experience for everybody, that it serves and supports everybody. And that's the thing that we can always say to ourselves, I'm going to make this decision from a place and I'm going to tune into this is something that serves and supports everybody. And so whatever comes through, you can trust that that is, you know, whatever wisdom or guidance that's come through, that it's going to support that. And it might not feel like it, may not logically appear that that's the case, but you don't know how in the long run or the bigger picture, actually how that does serve and support everybody. Sometimes we can be so closed and we can only see in front of our nose. We don't zoom out, we don't see the bigger picture, and actually things do actually unfold and evolve for the highest good of all. But we can hold ourselves back because we can't, you know, we keep ourselves in a very tight space. We only are looking as far as we're looking, we're surmising, we're assuming, we're allowing our fears to kind of take over. And it's like, let's just chill here. Let's do the decision for the highest good of all. Maybe not so worry about so much of the responses, but just trust that this decision will be, you know, it is going to be for the highest good. Now, that's only if it involves other people. So you've got kind of two messages within that card. Use other people to support you with making a decision, or maybe just being a soundboard. And you may find that you have a decision that involves other people, so just do it for the highest good of all and trust that decision. So that's your card one for decisions. Let me know how the card resonates. Of course, if you want to go deeper, then I do a one-to-one session. I do a package or a single session. If you go with a package, we get a session every quarter, so you're really held beautifully for a whole 12 months with 4 sessions, which include Akashic healing as well. So if you pick card 2 as your main theme around making decisions, you've got purpose and mission. Now, the theme might be around what is my purpose and mission? You know, how do I, what camp am I going in? What road am I going down? What decision do I need to make to kind of get this clarity? Now, this is the card that I do feel that it has an immense amount of clarity in it. It's very, very sharp in terms of imagery. But of course, we have these 2 roads, and it's like, I mean, this is one of the things with indecision. It's like, I can't make my mind up because maybe there's 2 really good options. And it's like, well, how do I choose? You've either got to just choose the one, really tune into it, and it'd be like, well, I'm going to let go of any kind of like sense of regret or kind of fear that I'm making the wrong choice. It's just like, well, if I'm choosing this, I'm going to take my power back with this decision and just know that if I need to change or tweak anything further down the line because it's not quite panning out as I anticipated, and you know what, that panning out could be far better than you anticipated. So straight away we might think, oh my God, you know, this is really rubbish. I wish I'd gone and made that other decision. You can change your mind. We forget that we can change our minds. We can absolutely change our mind. So make a decision out of the options that you have and trust again that that is the most aligned decision for you at this point in time. Know that you can change your mind also, and you can take a detour from one path, one route over to the other, and know that nothing is ever wasted. So perhaps, I mean, certainly for me, it'd be kind of like, well, I want to pick the route. I want to make the decision that's going to give me the most efficient time and energy so that I don't feel like I'm wasting time and energy. I want to get to the fastest result in the quickest way. I don't want to go around the houses. But actually going around the houses, if that was the decision that I trusted and went for, actually could be the optimum end result. It's just that I've got to maybe learn a little bit more, pick up some more opportunities for learning along the way, and maybe people that are going to help and support me that would never have been on the other path. And sometimes we've just got to change our perspective, especially when we put time in there, or we put like figures, numbers, money, all of that type of stuff. So just know that nothing is ever wasted, that we always are learning on any journey that we decide to take. But for you, this decision is you've got 2 possible good options and routes. Just know that you can choose any of those, tune in, make the decision, but also know that you can turn around at any time, do a shortcut and get onto the other path. It's all perfect. And you'll probably find actually the 2 routes will merge back into one further down the road anyway. So just stick with that and just own it, you know, and just blooming have the adventure of your life on that particular road. But this card is saying it's time to make the decision, because, you know, the road is splitting off now. Both are really clear. Both are really good decisions. Just get on and make a decision so that you can actually get on the journey, get moving, get and like going forward. So if you pick card 2, make your decision. You don't need anybody to help you make the decision. Again, you know, it's not wrong if you want to soundboard it, but there isn't any people in this particular card. So for me, this is just like more of a confirmation that both decisions are a good decision. It's just tune into what you feel is right for you now, and then just go with that. Trust it and go with it. So let me know again how that card resonates. I would love to hear. Now, if you pick card 3 as your main card, and I pick card 3, this is about making the decision. But this is really about owning your power with the decision. So almost it's kind of like you may want to get a little bit of advice, but actually just be mindful that you're not handing over your power and you're waiting for somebody to give you the answer. You're waiting maybe for permission to make the decision. You're waiting for something to happen, like a sign or a synchronicity to step in before you make the decision. That's giving your power away. So this is about reclaiming your power, really standing in your light and just knowing I can make this bloody decision. And I'm going to stand in my power, stand in my responsibility of making that decision and feel bloody good about it. And it could be hard, it could be a challenging decision, but know that you've got the power to do that. And you're really standing in this beautiful golden light. So it gives you energy and it gives you light, knowing that you have, kind of taken your power back and made that decision without that validation and that permission from anybody else. And, for some of us, it might feel like it's a bit of a step up in making this decision. And it could be something that you would normally ask for advice and guidance around, or it's a disguise of asking for permission. And this card is saying, share your desires, share your dreams, and share what it is that you want to do with others, but not from a place of, this is what I'm thinking of doing. Do you think that will be okay? Do you think we could kind of get the support in, to kind of cover things at home, so I can go off and do something? That's kind of almost asking for permission there. So it's really kind of how you approach what it is that you want to do, what decisions you want to make, and then how you have that conversation. If it involves, say, if you need support, then if it involves somebody else giving you that time and space to do the thing that you need to do. So this is where we've got to really own our power with our decisions. Sometimes we look to family for permission, or we look for family or friends to get the validation that we've got the strength or the capabilities to do the thing. And this card is also saying, believe in yourself, believe in your gifts, believe in your confidence, and trust that absolutely you've got all of that, and just get on and make the decision, do the thing, make the choice, do the thing. You have the power. And part of this is going to be you stepping up to believe that and stand in your own power. So, and of course, if we look at this in a very generic, like in a very generic way, we have got strengthening boundaries. So you might find this week that you may need to strengthen your boundaries energetically, physically, emotionally, spiritually, as you go through this week. There is a lot of energy out there. I've already said that. So it might be that you have to do a little bit more energy work just to maintain your space, make sure that your energy is nice and clean, and that you're feeling good as we go through all of this light this week. The Lionsgate peaks on the 8th, but the portal itself is open till the 12th. So there's plenty of time to absorb these energies, to use these energies to support you with clearing, manifestation, light code activation, moving your timeline from the current old paradigm timelines to the new earth timelines. There's lots of things that are happening within this portal. So really just feel into what it is that you want to do, how you want to make these little micro shifts. They don't have to be big shifts in your life in your energy field, with your mindset, with your intentions. There's lots of ways you can work with this type of energy, and you just need to call it in. Of course, I've got the masterclass that's also supporting you, where you just need to show up, do a little bit of reflection work, and then receive a beautiful Akashic healing journey. And also, actually, in that particular masterclass, I do an 8-step pendulum activation for really putting you into alignment for manifestation. So again, if you want to have the discount code, just drop a lion's head or the word lion below in the comments, and I will share that 50% off code with you. Okay, so karmic challenges is what we have for this week. This will probably come as no surprise, because we're having to do this. And, you know, once you've made a decision, what is it that we have to then do? We have to let go, and we have to have trust and faith that whatever decision we've made, we own our power in that. And if we have any insecurities, we start to second guess ourselves, the little doubts start to creep in, the results are not coming through, the changes are not happening fast enough. So then we really start to like question ourselves. Have I made the right decision? Oh my God, what was I thinking? The karmic challenge is to continue to have trust and faith in yourself. Now, for me, this being a karmic thing, it could be, and again, I would use the Lionsgate Energies to support you with this, that you have made decisions in the past and they may have had catastrophic consequences where people were involved, there was loss, there was grief, people perhaps got hurt, and it may have hinged on a decision that you had to make in a split moment that everybody else would have made as well, but the responsibility fell on you in that particular lifetime. And so there could be this real fear around having trust and faith, or there's this remembrance, there's this trauma imprint of when it's happened before. And so you are, you know, or there's a vow, and it's like, I am never putting myself or anybody else through that again. I am not going to make that big decision. I'm not taking that responsibility. And so that's why it's a karmic challenge, because we're holding ourselves back because of this imprint in whatever shape or form is still there. It's in our energetic DNA. It's within the Akashic records. So trust and faith is the karmic challenge. Can I have trust and faith? We fall in and out of trust and faith all the time, from minute to minute, day by day. We can like be like, yeah, I'm fully trusting this. This feels really good. And then, as I say, something just like happens, we get triggered, or we've put an expectation on a result to show up, and it's like, well, I can't trust myself, can I? What's the point? You know, it's just not showing up. There's something wrong with me. I've not done it. I've made the wrong decision. I've not done the right things. And this is about just please have more trust and faith in yourself. You are a divine being of light. And if you're in your power and you're really tuning into this decision, then have trust and faith then, and allow for the law of gestation to happen. Some things just don't miraculously land. There is a period of time that might need to evolve for the thing to actually come into our experience. So have that trust and faith. Now, if you need any help or support with any of these cards, and you're kind of like really struggling with making decisions and really don't have the clarity like we can see in the purpose and mission card, then I would say that there's definitely, you would definitely benefit from getting some support, speaking through things, maybe having some energy clearing and healing. So obviously you can reach out to me, but if you just want to reach out to a friend, maybe want to do some healing on yourself, just to shift whatever's clouding your mind, your ability to make a decision, to trust your decisions, then just go a little bit deeper and just like release whatever energetic patterning or funky energy is in there. And it might be it's collective. It might be that you've just picked up some collective other stuff, and it's like, actually, that's not even mine. I'm going to clear that out of my energy field and get clear again, which, you know, with strengthening boundaries, that's about keeping our energies clear. so that we can make these beautiful, powerful, pristine decisions. We feel good in them. So trust and faith, that's your karmic challenge for this week. So what a great week to help us move forward. All of us, if we are making our decisions, big or small, doesn't matter of the size of the decision, just really bring a sense of mindfulness to your decisions this week. We are making decisions actually so many times in the day. You know, we're constantly, you know, obviously at choice, but quite a lot of it's subconscious. We're doing it on autopilot. And then when we do have these big decisions where we've really got to bring some consciousness to it, it can kind of feel really quite heavy, or we can, you know, feel the weight of responsibility. This week, we can take this decision making and we can take our power in our decision making to the next level. We can really own our power, and that's going to help us really feel like we're shifting forward. And the thing that underpins it all is having trust and faith in yourself to make these powerful decisions. You're a beautiful soul in a human body, having a human experience. Have trust and faith. You've got a beautiful team in spirit all around you, holding space, cheerleading for you. I'm holding space and I'm cheerleading for you too. So I'd love to hear how this has landed for you in the comments, but also what decisions are you going to make this week? What have you been putting off that you're now like, yes, I am going to make the decision and I'm going to get on and do it? Please share those with me as well, because I would love to hear. So love and blessings, everybody. Have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful Lionsgate. It's a new moon today as well. So happy new moon in Leo. So be bold, be courageous. It's all in the cards, you know, making decisions. Just put your, you know, tap into your inner lion and be brave, be bold, be courageous. Okay, so love and blessings, everybody. It's wonderful to be back, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.